And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready. 42, Mike, 42. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Let's go.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Let's go.
Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On the return is Irvin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 3.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a...
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Second and 8 at the Packers' 30-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Check 31, check 31.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9. Rodgers, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a carry for Lindsey. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
And logo. Now.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it, baby. We got it all day up in here. We got it all day.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 31, Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
You can't stop me.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Rodgers. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Leo! Hey! Wahoo! Safe. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Go out. Check the backer. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Nice. They'll run. It's Lindsey. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Preston Smith on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup.
Hey, Charlie.
It's 3rd down.
Check 42's the mark. Check 42's the mark. Rip left, rip left. Check 37, check 37. Mike's 4-2, Mike's 4-2. Hey, that QB's trapped. Protein spill.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now it's Lindsey. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Irvin to return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The final shot before half for Rodgers. He's got a man, complete, 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Focus, defense, focus.
Rodgers going to throw. And Graham's got it, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And able to find Graham, complete.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
319. Oh, you got deep? 319.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Mike 34, Mike 34. Scoot, hey, Alpha. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. 34 is the Mike.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's got Adams on the hookup. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
97's on the 50.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another run by Lindsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Go. Topper, ready.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Zadarius Smith just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They look to throw. It's Locke. And an alley to run. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. He's got the first down here inside the 30, and down to the 27-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Freeman. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run here with Lindsey, and they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And McManus able to put it through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. They're going to be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Rodgers now to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, Freeman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The kick by McManus is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on that last drive, Whitford on 4th turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check 26. 45, 45.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Rodgers. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.